Hey there, Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we are going to talk about the energy of September for you, which is partly Virgo season, partly Libra season. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, as you are. And Mercury will be going into shadow on the 6th and then retrograding when it gets into Libra season. And so so I got this image for you, this download. What I saw at first was like a compass that was spinning around in all kinds of directions, like it couldn't be. And then it pulled back, and I realized it was the instrument panel of a airplane, and all of the instruments were going haywire, kind of like what you see when you're watching a movie of like when they're going through the triangle, Bermuda Triangle. Thank you. So what I'm doing here today is we're going to do the Celtic Cross. Wow, it's coming fast for you here. The Celtic Cross to kind of get into the energy, and then we'll take a look. We'll pull separate cards from other decks for health, wealth, love, and destiny, or your soul path, however you want to look at it. We'll complete this with a crystal card so that you can have an idea of what crystal you could be working with to really aid you in the process this month. So while I'm getting the cards out, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip them upright and take a look at them. And while I'm doing that, if you could leave me a comment and let me know what kind of readings that you would like to have done for the monthly readings, if you think that this works for you. And also, just hit that thumbs up. It really helps to support, wow, lots of cards, to support the channel that way. It's, it helps a great deal to support the channel that way. So your overall energy, I'll tell you what that is while I'm flipping these cards up, was you got the 9 of Cups, but it's called laziness. So Spirit was picking the decks Spirit's picking the decks today, and they picked the Osha Zen Tarot for me. So let's take a look at these cards, see what you see, and I'll see what I see. And okay, so I knew it was going to be about communications. Look, we start off with the first 4 cards I flip over are Swords cards. So that's a lot of energy around communication. Okay. Wow, Spirit's got your back. So this looks like you're kind of going through a tough time. This looks like this month's going to be a little tough. North Node in your sign, and getting ready to head back into eclipse season here shortly. There's actually 3 eclipses in a row. The first one will be actually in Scorpio season. So I think it's Taurus. I think it's a full moon. And then there's the new moon and then the full moon. So the new moon in Sagittarius, and I think it's a full moon. I think that's where it's going to go in Gemini. So the final release, the completion of a cycle of this North Node about where are you going, where are you headed, what do you need to know, what are you curious about, how are you going to get there. And I really want to point that out, that because in the ego position of who you are right now, you have travel. That's the 8 of Wands. And so you're traveling, all right. And whether you're physically traveling or spiritually traveling or dimensionally, what's the word I want? Developmentally traveling in your life, whatever it is that's going on, there is, things are tough right now. So at the center of the current situation, we've got fighting. We've got the Knight of Swords, and he looks very upset, and he's definitely got his guard up, and what's consciously on your mind is getting control of the situation. This is the King of Swords, and he's trying to use his brain and analyze and take control of the situation. And so there's this need to I'm just trying to figure this out. But at the root of the problem, we've got the Nine of Swords, which is sorrow and dealing with stuff, and the energy that you're supposed to lean into. The thing you're supposed to work your way through, that you're supposed to have support from, is guilt, which is really interesting. So we have the Eight of Swords, we have guilt as the energy around what you should be leaning into to help you. But I want you to take a look at this card. I think it's about releasing the guilt, because as you let it go, the clouds clear. And then you have all these beautiful flowers, and these flowers are in the hues that you get from the throat chakra, speaking your truth. You've got the violet of the third eye chakra, intuition, coming in, and the white, which feels very much like downloads and gifts from spirit. I think you're surrounded by spirit, and if you can release and turn over your worries and your concerns, you won't feel like you're trapped in a situation that looks like a battleground. So, what is the opportunity here? Well, the opportunity here is actually like the Queen of Wands. It's called sharing. It's the Queen of Fire. It's the opportunity to create something that's magnificent, but because it's sharing, this is also creating this for someone else, you included, but it is about stepping into your power and understanding that you create through your own movement and action the life you want to live, the abundance you want to have. She's got this gold tray full of fruits, and there's a candle on it. You have the opportunity to light the way for others around you by deciding to create for yourself. The obstacle, the difficulty, the challenge that you're coming up against is you have past lives. So this is the Moon card. So this is resolving karma. Wow. The situation that you're dealing with here, this guilt that you release, is guilt over, it could be past life guilt. And you might be like, I don't even know, why does this keep happening? And so a good healing session, Reiki, or simply asking for the cords to be cut by Saint Michael, these kinds of things can help you to cut the cords. And I'll be really honest, I also do healing. I use the pendulum, and if you want to know more about that, go ahead and hit me up at the Moon Directed. It's moondirected@gmail.com in the description box below. But I feel like sometimes you could do this for yourself by sitting down and writing out the things that are bothering you and setting them on fire. Sharing them with spirit, turning them over to spirit, allows you to create a new way forward. Because I see all this fire here of the geckos around this Moon card, and so I feel like actually literally burning away. Okay, so also I will try to remember to link it in the description box below, but you could look for it. The Violet Flame Meditation of Saint Germain is a great meditation to use to burn away the karmic issues and situations that surround you. Even if you are unclear as to exactly what they are, you can still transmute them in the blue flame. Because what's going on in your environment is you have existence. You have the Magician. I feel like spirit is all around you, trying to help you to manifest and to create the life that you want, to walk you through the dark night of the soul kind of energy here, to light the way. And it's really interesting is that it's got that beautiful purple, which really makes me think again of the violet flame meditation. But also, if you notice, when you turn and release things over to spirit, the colors are very similar, right? It looks like the same colors at the top. So it's about releasing and allowing spirit to take from you, even if you are unsure as to what it is. And so what is the advice? The advice is success, which is interesting. It's the Six of Wands. So success, focusing on what you can create, creating your own success, moving things forward in the direction, stepping into your courage. We have the tiger there. Stepping into your courage, fighting for what it is that you want by creating what it is you want. It looks like that this overall opulence is that for some of you, it's comfortable where you are. And you're being asked to step outside of your comfort zone, release, let go of the negative situations, that it's not about being seemingly comfortable. It is about creating and we're born to create. And so it's about creating and bringing in that part of your soul that manifests and creates. And you have a lot of guidance and help on this process. Because we have here for your overall energy, we have going with the flow. This for your outcome. And to be really honest, I think that this is a bonus card. So going with the flow, there's like 79 cards in this deck. Oh, that might be the Ace. The Ace of Cups, going with the flow. So going with the flow, allowing things to progress forward, because we also have receptivity and guidance. And so when you open yourself up to spirit and allow spirit to lead you through this creation process, you have the Six of Rainbows, which is like the Six of Pentacles. They call it compromise, but it's balance. It's giving and taking in balance. Remember, you're being asked here to create something that you share, which will create the success, which will bring about the Six of Pentacles balanced energy, because you're in flow and you're receiving guidance from spirit. And so what is it that you want to create for yourself? This is a really deep esoteric question they're asking you, and this has been unlike the other two readings already done today, but I think it's because you have the North Node in your sign, and you are being really challenged as we wrap up this cycle of the North Node in your sign over the next, 5 months, 4 months, to really, September, October, November, December, 4 months, to really focus in on where you want to go. Where are you traveling to? Because all the instruments are spinning around, and I think it's because you can manifest and control what direction they end up going in. So do you want to be flying in circles? Do you want to go back to where you came from? Or do you want to chart a new course following your soul star? It's kind of where you're at right now. This is a heady month for you. Now, again, I do want to remind you, though, it is the 3rd house for you, right? 2nd, 3rd, no, 4th house. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3rd house. We start out in the 3rd house of Virgo, which is your house of communication. And Mercury's going into retrograde in the fellow air sign. So, it's communication around the home, because we're touching into that area. Oh, so yeah, it's the 4th house. So communication around the home. Communicate to the people around you what it is you're trying to create. Be as clear as you possibly can and set and chart your own course. You're being asked to manifest something amazing, because in the area of health, you have creation. Now, some of you, you might be pregnant. And if so, congratulations. That is beautiful. For some of you, you might be pregnant with an idea. And it's something that will make you feel really good about yourself, which is mental health. For some of you, you're feeling a little listless, a little tired, a little exhausted, and it's time to create something new. So creating could be creating a space in the garden, decorating, moving the furniture around in your house, which is a great way to shift energy, by the way, which looks like it could use a little shifting of energy. It could be journaling. It could be writing a book. It could be getting a paint by numbers. It could be just getting a coloring book and crayons. It's the act of creating that we are here for, and you have so much. Whatever you create here needs to be shared out, though, so it's something that you're gifting out to the world. There's an idea, though, because this creation energy is it's kind of got that clouds energy, just like the swords cards here. So I think you could really manifest something beautiful that you could share out into the world, but it's an idea that maybe it's been rolling around in your head, but you haven't gotten up off of the couch to do. That's a possibility for some of you. You'll know if that's you. Okay, wow. All right, you guys just got so many cards here in the area of wealth. You have business profits. So again, if there's something that you've been thinking about doing, changing to create, maybe you're looking for a side hustle, it's time to create it. It's time to birth that project because you have business profits. Relax in knowing that the right people discover your services and products, the light of your joy. Energy attracts success. Miracle blossoms. Let the universe bring you extra money. Let go of how. Just trust that it is already on the way. Hidden fortune. Wealth and riches await you. Discover surprises in unexpected places. Notice signs which lead you to the joy and prosperity. And the spring clean your budget. Renew and revise. As you cut back and plan your budget, more abundance will grow into full bloom. So if you've been living the good life a little too much this summer, maybe it's time to do a little audit of your finances. Maybe that's how you discovered that you have money you didn't know. Maybe you have subscriptions to things that you don't even watch. Canceling that can make a big difference. But there's a need to bring things into balance in the financial sector here, but being open to receiving, being open to being guided. This guiding is the Three of Pentacles, and so this is spiritual abundance and opportunities being brought to you if you can get in flow with spirit and release the worries. Turn the worries over and just say, okay, how can I, maybe what you've been fighting here is about finances. And so take control of them by taking a look at your budget and seeing where things are and creating new streams of income. Maybe it's time to have a big yard sale or list a couple of things on Etsy or, I don't know, whatever works for you, but what is it, let go? Okay. Maybe. No, all of them. Wow. All right. In the area of love, you have a lot going on. Okay. So, first off, get out there and date. You have dating. You have forgiveness and reparent yourself. And so I feel like a lot of times what hinders our ability to have relationships that feel healthy and supportive is because we haven't yet figured out how to be healthy and supportive of ourselves, so we attract in other people that are also not healthy and supportive of us. And so just only speak good things about yourself. Forgive yourself for anything that this guilt, right? There's a need for forgiveness. It could also be that you need to forgive your parents because we have reparenting yourself. that they didn't know any better either. But here's we're all learning things now, and we're growing, and we understand that, that negative talk that was supposed to toughen us up and make us fly straight. Oh wow, that's interesting with all the instruments spinning out of control. But you know how they were just trying to guide you the only way they knew how, but their instruments were all jacked up, right? And so, you need to forgive your parents because they had no idea what they were doing. They were just based off of what their parents did, but we're learning and we're growing. And so we forgive ourselves for not knowing what we should have known. We forgive ourselves for not being perfect, because if we were perfect, we wouldn't need to be here. We're here to learn, to grow, to create, and to enjoy ourselves. And then you have the garden. And the garden is the abundance that's waiting for you. This is beautiful. But this garden, she's lying by herself in it. So yeah, you can date, but when you know how abundant you are, you don't need someone to come and make you feel all filled up emotionally, because you're doing it for yourself. And you get there by forgiving yourself and others, and by loving your inner child and doing fun things and getting out there and enjoying your relationship with yourself. And as you become proud of who you are and you enjoy yourself and you do the things you love, you attract in others that will value those things about you as well. So it's really beautiful. Okay. And on the soul path, you have Stag Spirit, leadership. I'm going to read that one. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't need to. It's this. Take control of your life. Be the leader in your own life. Go out there and create something that is worth sharing out. That allows you to get in the flow with spirit. Look how divinely guided that stag is. See the light on the antlers? That is receiving downloads. That is this receptivity in the outcome. That is allowing yourself to be guided toward what you want. So those ideas that are rolling around your head, those are the ones that you're supposed to be working on right now. You can do this. And I would really strongly suggest that you initiate before the retrograde starts. So it goes into shadow on the 6th. So if you've got something, start. Put it on paper, make that phone call, do something before we get into shadow. And then you will have the retrograde time to kind of do a little edit on it. But get it started now. Get it started now. So for you, the best gemstones to be working with for this month of September is you have 2. You have Peridot. Good fortune is the result of good thoughts and actions. I am grateful for my blessings. And so this is a great card. This is a great stone to be working with. Peridot, I'll spell it for you. P-E-R-I-D-O-T. P-E-R-I-D-O-T. Any green stone, though, really will help you work toward manifesting. It allows you to focus your energy on what you're trying to create, what you're trying to grow, especially if you're trying to manifest in the physical and in the financial realms. And then this is wonderful because you also have Celestite, which really makes me think of the stag spirit. I have a piece of this, and I got to tell you, when I meditate with it, it is amazing. It says, I hear, see, and notice and understand the messages of the divine. So allow yourself to tap into the divine. Spend some time in meditation. Allow yourself to communicate with spirit so that you can be in flow. And follow your intuition to create, to manifest what it is that you're trying to do. You guys are being guided by the North Star, by the North Node right now. So get on board with that. Get those instruments flying right. All right, I will see you guys back here. I do the weekly moon astrology, so a little update, a little way to go through the week. And those come out on Sundays, and then I will see you back here for the October readings. If I have time, I'll squeeze in some mid-months. I don't know how my month's going. All right, you guys take good care, and I'll talk to you soon.